Hello, class ninth. So we are going to begin today a new chapter, that is chapter number 10, gravitation. Yes, it's a very interesting chapter, but it is little bit difficult also. You already know what is the meaning of gravitation. Yes. Gravitation is a force. Yes, you know about it. um, which attract anything. If you will jump from the building, if you will jump from the building, you will fall on the earth. Why? Because you are jumping to bottom? No, because of the force. Yes, it is said that our earth apply a force which is called gravitational force. Okay, because of it everything it bound to the earth, and it attract anything towards the earth. Okay, that's why everything fall on the earth. Then tell me kids, why does the moon does not attract towards the earth? Yes, it is attracted. It is attracted, but they are very far from each other. So the gravitational force become weak. Okay, so it is also a weak force. Yes. Okay. So in this chapter, we will study about the gravitation, formula of gravitation, and universal law of gravitation. We will also study about a force which is called centripetal force. Yes, and we will study about the acceleration, free fall, means acceleration due to gravity. We will also study about the what is the difference between mass and weight. Yes, what is the difference between mass and weight, and apart from this, we will study a principle. We will study about a principle. Which principle? Archimedes principle. Yes, we will study about Archimedes principle, which is very interesting. And at last, we will study the topic density. So these topic we will cover in this chapter. Well, this chapter is not so long. This chapter is not so long. Okay, but it's a very interesting chapter. Okay, so guys, let's begin with the first topic, gravitation. Let's move on the next point. Okay, it's gravitation. So if you throw anything upward, suppose you have a stone, throw it on in the sky, throw this stone in the sky, what will happen? Yes, definitely the stone will come towards the earth. Yes, why? Because the stone is applying force on the earth, and earth is also applying a force on the stone. Because the force of the earth is more, that's why it comes on the earth. So what is gravitation? What is gravity? Gravitation is a force. Yes, gravitation is the force of attraction. Yes, it is the force of attraction which is actually applied between two objects. Yes, so gravitation is a force of attraction due to which two objects attract each other. Yes, gravitation is a force of attraction between two objects in the universe. So don't think that only earth is applying the force. In this world every object is applying the force on another object. Yes. Gravitation, it is a force of attraction. Yes, every object is applying force, but some has low force, less force, some has high force, some has weak force. So it depends on the distance also. Okay, so gravitation may be the attraction of the object by the earth. Yes, this is the reason that the earth attract the object because of the gravitation. Yes, if you drop anything from certain height, suppose you have a plastic bottle, drop from your house, go on the mm, roof of the roof of your house, and throw anything, throw the plastic bottle, you will see that it will fall downwards. It will fall downward due to the gravity of the earth. Yes, gravity means force, gravity is the attraction. Okay, so it will fall downwards due to the earth gravity. Yes, so I can say that earth apply a force of attraction which is called gravitation. So remember kids, gravitation is a force of attraction between two objects. Okay, and if I throw a body upward, it will again come to the earth. Yes, and if you throw anything toward, suppose you have a ball, cricket ball, and throw up, so it will reach a certain height, it will reach a fixed height, then after a fixed height it will automatically come down because of the gravity of the earth, due to the earth gravity. Yes. Okay. So I can say that gravitation may be the attraction of the object by the. This is the point number one. Point number two is that gravitation may be the attraction between two objects in the outer surface. Yes, in outer surface. Not only I am talking about the earth. Yes, in outer space. In outer space, also gravitation force applied between two objects. Yes. Okay. Like attraction earth, between earth and moon. Yes. Due to gravitational force, earth and moon apply force on each other, but they are very far from each other. There is too long distance, that's why they cannot attract each other. Okay. And you know that mm, moon revolves around the earth. Yes, but when revolving that time, the earth is also applying the force on the moon, but the force is not because of the force of the earth, the moon is not coming towards the downward towards the earth. Why? Because at that time one force also attract, one force also work, one force also active at the same time, which is called centripetal force. Yes. You know, the in between sun and all the planets also gravitational force is applied. Yes, between sun and planets also gravitational force applied, but because of centripetal force they are balanced. That's why gravitational force become weak, and because of centripetal force the planets revolve around the sun. Okay. So what is centripetal force? What is centripetal force? So you know, when a body moves in a circular path, you can, let's do a work. Take a string, take a thread, and at one end of the thread attach a small stone. Okay, you can fix a small stone, you can tie a small stone at one end of the thread. Okay, you can tie a small stone at one end of the thread, then circulate it, hold the one end of the thread in your hand and move it round and round and round and round. Yes, if you will give little bit loose, if you will lose the uh, thread, it will come and it will move, and it will collide with your head, it will strike with your head. Yes, suppose that your head is actually a planet, so, and the stone is also planet, and the center part is the sun. So if little bit force will be loose, then the stone will collapse with head. Yes, it can harm you. So why is the stone is moving round and round in a circular path? The reason behind it is centripetal force. Centripetal means towards the center. So centripetal force applied towards the center, so it balances the force. So when a body moves in a circular path, it changes its direction. Yes, definitely it changes its direction. When a body moves in a circular path, it changes its direction at every point. The force which keeps the body in a circular path act towards the center of the circle. Yes. So which force keep the body in the center circular path? Which force keep the body in circular path? Centripetal force, because which act towards the center of the circle. This force is called centripetal force. If there is no centripetal force, then what will happen? If centripetal force will not available, then all the object will go straight. Yes, in a tangent. Yes, the body will move in a tangent to the circular path. Yes, if the force is not available, then the moon will not revolve around the earth, it will go tangent and it will strike to any meteors, okay, any star, it can happen. I hope you understood. So gravitation is very important. Now let's study a law of the gravitation, which is called universal law of gravitation. Let's move on the next point. Okay, let's study about the law of gravitation. This is called universal law of gravitation. Okay, this law was given by Newton. So, according to this law, every object in the universe, yes, every object in this whole universe, attract every other object. Yes, attract every other object with a force which is directly proportional to the product of the mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Yes. So, what is gravitational law? What is the universal law of gravitation? Yes, according to universal law of gravitation, if two objects are attracting um, each other, then uh, then then they will apply a force on each. So, will be the which is actually the force will be the directly proportional, and the distance among them between them will be the inversely proportional to their square. So I can say every object in the universe, yes, all the object in the universe, they attract, yes, the other object. Yes, every object in the universe attract other object with a force which is directly proportional, which will be the directly proportional to the product of the mass. Yes, because some kilogram will be the mass, so the product of the mass means multiplication of mass. So mm, the they apply a force which will be the directly proportional to the product of the mass, and this force is will be the inversely proportional to the distance square of the distance between them. Okay, let's imagine A and B, there are two planet. Okay, A and B, there are two planet. Suppose A is the earth and B is the moon. Okay, or you can imagine that A is earth and B is stone. Okay, you can imagine as you want to wish, as you want to imagine, you can imagine. So A and B, there are two objects. The mass of first object is A object. Suppose the mass of A object is capital M and the mass of B object is small m. Yes, and the distance between them is d. Yes, what is the distance between them? The distance between A and B, having capital M and small m mass, having distance is d, and they are attracting each other. Yes, because gravitational force actually apply gravitational force actually is the force of attraction between two objects in the universe. So because gravitational force is applying, so this force attract apply on both object. Yes, every object apply force on another. So A is applying force on B and B is applying force on A. Suppose that force is F. Okay, which is actually gravitation force, which is actually the force of attraction. Yes, gravitation is the force of attraction between two objects. Okay, so according to the universal law of gravitation, the force between the object is directly proportional to product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Yes, here what will be the product of the mass? Product means multiplication. Okay, product of mass means multiplication of mass, means we will multiply the mass of both object, means capital M multiplied by small m, and inversely proportional to means we will divide by the distance, because inversely proportional to square of the distance means here distance is d but square, so we will use here d square. Okay, and the force is F. Okay, let's try to understand this diagram. Let's try to understand this diagram with derivation. Okay, and let's find out the formula SI unit of the gravitation. So remember kids, universal law of gravitation is the According to this, it states that every object in universe attract other object with a force which is directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Okay? Now let's resolve this law with a derivation. Let's move on the next point. Okay, so as you can see, there are two balls, A ball and B ball, having mass capital M and small m. The distance between both ball is d. They are attracting each other. Yes, because every object apply force attract other. Every object attract other object. Yes, every object attract other object with a force, which is actually gravitational force. Okay. Let two object A and B of masses m and let two object capital A and capital B and having masses capital M and small m respectively lie at a distance d from each other. Let F be the force of attraction between them. Then we can write according to the law of gravitation. The force will be the directly proportional to the product of mass, means F is directly proportional, F is proportional to m into m, yes, and inversely proportional to the square of distance, means F is proportional to 1 upon d square. Yes, as you can see on the screen, yes, F is proportional sign. You can see the sign of proportional, which is looking like A, but it is not A. F is proportional to m into m, and F is inversely proportional to 1 d square, 1 upon d square. Now we will combine them, then formula will become F is proportional to m into m divided by d square. So kids, as you know, then when we remove the sign of proportionality, that time we use a constant. Yes, so when we remove the sign of proportionality, that time we use a constant which is called g. So the formula will become F is equal to g into m into m divided by d square. Yes, F is equal to g in multiplied by m into m divided by d square. So what is g here? G is the constant. G is the constant which is called constant of proportionality, or you can say universal gravitational constant. Okay. So if you want to get the value of g, you want to get the value of constant proportional g, gravitational constant, then you will have to cross multiply. When you will multiply f with d square, then you will get f d square, and m into m will come down by cross multiplication. So we will get the value of g. Which is actually g is equal to f into d square divided by m into m. So what is the unit of g? What is the unit of this gravitational constant? The unit of gravitational constant we can easily find out, because we know that the unit of because we know the formula of gravitation is gravitational constant g is equal to f into d square divided by m into m. Here the unit of F means force. The unit of force is Newton. D means distance, because here is written distance square, and we know that the unit of distance is meter, but the unit of distance square is meter square. M means mass, so unit of mass is kilogram, so m into m, so kilogram into kilogram square. So the unit of SI unit of G is Newton meter square per kilogram square. Yes, the unit of G is Newton meter square per kilogram square, and its value is 6.673 into 10 raised to power minus 11. Yes, 6.673 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square, or you can write Newton meter square kilogram inverse of square. Okay, so this is the value of it. So it was all about the universal law of gravitation. Okay, now let's move on to the next point. Okay, it's free fall. So what is free fall? The earth attract object towards it due to gravitational force. When an object falls towards the earth due to earth gravitational force, it is called free fall. When an object falls towards the earth, there is a change in its acceleration due to gravitational force of the earth. So this is called acceleration due to the gravity. Yes, because you know that kids, every object is attracted by earth, and that object also apply the force on earth. So earth attract all the object. Why? Because of the gravitational force. Yes, because of the gravitational force, because of the gravitational force, earth attract all the object. Yes. So if anything is falling from uh, if anything is falling on the earth, suppose you are throwing a stone up, throw this stone up, throw this stone up, so the stone will come back. When the stone will come back, actually it is coming due to the earth gravitational force. Yes. Which is actually called free fall. Yes, because when the earth, when the stone will fall, that time it must have the velocity. Yes, or you can say acceleration, because its speed is increased. So when the object fall, its acceleration also change. Yes, when it will be near to the earth, when the stone will be near to the, that time its acceleration increase, the velocity is increased more, velocity changes occur, so due to which acceleration is generated. So this is called acceleration due to gravity. Yes, this is called acceleration due to gravity. Yes, when the earth object falls towards the earth, when the object falls towards the earth due to gravitational force, it is called free fall. And uh, when the acceleration changes, then the velocity also change. So this acceleration is due to acceleration due to gravity. So the acceleration due to gravity is denoted by small g. And what is the unit of gravity? The g is the same as the acceleration. Yes, what is the unit of acceleration? Meter per second square. The unit of gravity is also meter per second square or meter second square. Okay. So from the second law of motion, force is the product of mass and acceleration. Yes, force is the product of mass and acceleration. Yes, because when a ball is when suppose you are on the building, and if you will jump, you must have mass. When you will jump, your acceleration velocity will change. When the velocity change, acceleration produce. So due to the acceleration due to the gravity will increase. Yes, and the earth will attract, then acceleration will change. So due to the acceleration due to the gravity, it happens, the ball come on the you will come on the earth. Yes, when you will jump. I hope you understood. Now let's move on the next point. Okay, so I hope you understood today's all topic. Yes, but don't worry, it's free fall topic we will again understand in next class. In next class, we will again understand the topic. Okay, so it's time to ask a question from you. Question number 1: what is universal law of gravitation? Yes, what is universal law of gravitation? Yes, so what is universal law of gravitation? According to universal law of gravitation, universal law of gravitation state that every object in the universe attract every other object. Yes, every object in the universe attract every other object with a force which is tightly proportional to the product of the mass and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, suppose there are two objects A and B having mass capital M and small m respectively, and they are from at a distance d from each other, and let f be the force which is actually F be the force of attraction between them. Then according to this law, the force means F will be directly proportional to product of the mass means capital M multiplied by M, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance means 1 upon d square. Yes. So it will become F directly proportional to M into M divided by d square. So the formula we will get when we will remove the proportional sign, F is equal to G into M divided by d square. If the value by this formula we can get the value of G also, which is actually G is a gravitational constant. So G will be equal to F into T square divided by M into M. The unit of G is Newton meter square per kilogram. Yes. So next question. Question number 2 is, what is free fall? Yes. What is free fall? Yes. So gives free fall. The earth attract objects towards it. The earth attract objects towards it due to gravitational force. When an object falls towards the earth due to the earth gravitational force, it is called free fall. Yes, it is called free fall. Yes. Now question number 3. Question number 3, as you can see, define centripetal force. Yes, define centripetal force. So what is centripetal force? What is centripetal force? So according to it, when a body moves in a circular path, it changes its direction at every point. The force which keeps the body in a circular path acts towards the center of the circle. This force is called centripetal force. Yes, when a body moves in a circular path, it changes its direction at every point. The force which keeps the body in the circular path act towards the center of the circle. This force is called centripetal force. Yes, if there is no centripetal force, then the body will move in a straight line. Okay, I hope you understood. Now we will meet in next class. Till then, bye bye.